fucking way she goes, she goes, she goes, she goes.
The way she goes. The way she goes. What up, y'all?
What's up, guys?
It's Moose and Dusty.
Yeah.
Give you a little different intro.
A little different intro. Trying to switch things up for you guys. On this episode, we had a good friend of ours, Redd Byrdd, come to the studio and podcast with us. And let's just go over some of the things that we talked about. Just kind of sum it up.
Yeah, so actually this one's going to be 3 parts because we had
gabbed.
a lot of good stuff.
We gabbed.
It was really good. Plus we made
was
drinks.
great. Yeah.
So that's the first part of this podcast. We made drinks.
Yeah.
Had fun with that. Made some mudslides for us. It's a holiday season.
Yeah, you got to.
Celebrating a little bit. And
we didn't drink and drive, so no worries there, guys.
That's right. So we talked about Redd Byrdd and him becoming actually becoming Redd Byrdd and claiming that name.
Yeah, his origin, because he first started off, and you'll hear him tell it, like he went for Redd for a little bit, and then he eventually
added the Byrd.
We
get more in depth on that.
Yeah.
And then how he came up with the name too.
Right.
Talked about that.
Yeah. And also, we just talked about some other things that were going on and that relates to all of us. We have graduation coming up. Me and Redd Byrdd were graduating.
A whole bunch of the squad's graduating.
A whole bunch of the squad's graduating.
So that'll be this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday, December 15th.
And Dusty's birthday.
Also,
so
yeah.
if you guys listen to this and hear on the 15th, it's Dusty's birthday on December 15th. So wish him happy birthday.
Yeah, and if you need my Venmo, just text me.
You're wild. All right. We also smoked some CBD on this podcast.
Yeah.
That was fun. That switched things up.
Yeah, definitely. And it is legal in all 50 states.
Facts.
For you that don't know. But we also touched on, and this kind of goes on to relating to how Redd assumed the name Redd Byrdd. And it's just about becoming who you want and finding yourself. And that's a big part of some of the topic we talked about. And we also went on to expand things about the MTSU community.
Which kind of those conversations led into each other.
They very much coincided, and we talked about the recording industry program.
And Tay Keith.
Yeah,
we talked a little bit about Tay Keith and his production style, and Redd's favorite artists and producers.
Yeah,
went into that stuff.
And we also talked about how he first got into music as well.
This episode was good.
Yeah,
it's a good episode.
Yeah,
and we were sitting here going over it before we record this intro, and Dusty was like, "Man, is this still first episode? It's still first. It's a lot of good stuff in the first one. So parts 2 and 3 are going to be fire as well. And then we drink throughout obviously all 3 parts. So that was fun.
So it progressively gets a little bit more loosey goosey.
I did for sure. Jeez.
But all in all, it was a fun episode, and we're so happy that Redd was able to come out and talk with us.
He'll definitely be back.
Yeah, he'll definitely be back.
And on that note, also we have a good list. I talked to another one of our soon-to-be guests today. I'll talk to you about that after this.
Okay.
But we have a good batch of guests lined up for next year. So it's going to be...
So 2019 popping already.
Facts.
And also, before we get into the podcast, we would just like to give a special thanks to our sponsors, Shaw Audio and Ampere Entertainment, because without them,
they keep us inspired first
Definitely.
off and motivated and keep this podcast flowing. We appreciate them, and they let us borrow some gear recently. Did we run out of the instrumental?
We did run out of instrumental.
That's fine. We're going to keep going. They gave us some gear recently too. So shout out to them for that.
Shout out to them.
To test out here in the studio to record some of Daniel Nunnally's stuff. So
But we appreciate you guys for continuously listening. It keeps us going. And we just want you guys to know that we do appreciate you, and we hope you enjoyed this episode.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're hearing that, I guess you can already assume that this is...
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, you can keep rolling. I'll start the video later.
Oh, well, we'll
yeah,
cut back in with the video, because then that's going to be a weird...
Yeah, I'll put the audio over a picture or something. It'll be all fake intro if we run it back now. So
True.
we're rolling.
True. So here we are. Welcome back to Little Risk Big Fist. What I'm saying.
And
and we just can't. We've been bird watching recently. You know.
I wish I had your samples on here.
Last episode we had Austin Sawyer, who is drumming bird, and now we have
I didn't even realize.
Redd Byrdd. Yes.
Welcome, bro.
Bird of a different feather.
A
How
bird
are
of
you?
a different feather. I like it. I like it.
Redd Byrdd in the house today.
Yes, sir.
He's a fellow artist, songwriter,
Musician,
beat maker, friend,
producer,
delinquent.
engineer, delinquent, outlaw.
How do you introduce
Rock
yourself at your
star.
shows? How do you introduce yourself?
Which part was it? Is it something I can say on the podcast?
You can say anything
you can say. You
want.
can literally say.
Oh, yeah?
like, whatever you want to say.
I don't
Whatever
remember
you're
which
comfortable
part it
with
was.
people knowing. But he said like something about this honky tonk white trash rock and roll or some shit.
Honky tonk, white trash, rock and roll.
It was-
That's right.
It was fun.
I
It was
like
fun. So, yeah, we will obviously, if you've gotten this far already in the podcast, you've heard part of one. We don't know what we're going to use yet, but it's going to be something from Redd in the intro. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'll get
I'll
get us
so-
some drinks poured. Since
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
holiday
It's the holidays.
season, so
We're gonna.
I
Moose
decided
over there is gonna pour us some. So what is it? Mudslides.
That's right.
So
All
we're gonna
right.
slide in the mud, get down and dirty with Redd Byrdd.
Yeah.
little Kahlua, a little Irish cream, and a little vodka.
Yeah, and it's equivalent 3 parts.
Shout
it's
out
one
to
part
Dad for this recipe, dude.
1 part vodka, 1 part Kahlua, and 1 part Irish cream. Is that right?
That's right.
Oh, okay, cool.
I like that.
So yeah, we got them in our coffee cups. That way, it's classy.
I like that there's no mixer in that drink. It's just all alcohol.
That's right.
And that's the way. That's what I would assume that's the way the Redd Byrdd does, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just
Just
no mixer.
Straight up.
no need for that.
And when he does have a mixer, he takes Moose to the show.
Yeah. There we go.
So, I guess just to get, I mean, we kind of already did that. Redd has been around here in the Murfreesboro area for the same length, I guess the exact same length that we have, because you came to MTSU back in, was it 2014 when you came?
I got here in 16.
Okay,
Yeah.
16. So did you do, before you came to MTSU, were you in a community college? Or?
Yeah, I went to Motlow Community College.
Okay, and was that
I was in Fayetteville, Tennessee.
Fayetteville? Okay,
Yep.
I wasn't
Fayetteville.
sure.
That's how they say it. Fayetteville.
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 Fayetteville, Tennessee.
Got my community college degree. Brought it up
So
here.
you got an associate's and then
These
Yeah.
are too small. I'm gonna make doubles.
All right, that's fine.
okay.
No complaints.
Ain't no complaints.
Cool. So you got your associates from Motlow in Fayetteville,
Yes, sir.
and then so you came to MTSU, and so
Oh, you got a degree? You got a degree before you got here?
Yeah.
Would you in?
Just general.
Okay.
Yeah.
general
Yep.
stuff, general studies, is that what they call it?
Yeah,
or-
general studies. I didn't want to pay $8,000 a semester to learn the same math I was going to learn there for
Yeah.
free. So
Yeah, I completely understand
You
that.
know.
And you had just missed out, on like the free first 2 years. of-
oh yeah.
yeah, same for me.
Get me started on that.
Yeah. Say
Yeah.
I think that's
Anyways.
so crazy. But so, and then you moved to MTSU, where your major was. What was it?
I come up here for audio production.
Okay.
I knew that for a long time. That's what I wanted to do.
So did you know when you first went to Motlow, you wanted to come to MTSU? For
Yeah,
that?
I had that figured out pretty much before I left high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I knew I wanted to do music, and I knew I damn sure couldn't afford Belmont, so.
Oh, I know. Oh,
what
Belmont
I'm
is
saying?
ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I think the community at MTSU is, I think they're very much different communities. I don't want to say one is better than the other, but
Yeah.
obviously since I've been at MTSU for the past 4.5 years of my life, I'm very biased to say
Yeah.
that the community at MTSU is just spectacular. And
Dude,
there's
it's second to none. The people I've met here have completely changed my life.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
And there's so many creatives, so many talented creatives too.
And it's a really supportive community too.
Yes,
I feel
and
like,
that's what's
you know?
awesome. That's what's
That's
awesome.
what I like.
Everybody
Most.
is very eager to, for the most part, very eager to support everybody, and it just takes that type of community to, you know, be able to stick with it and to just lay your faith in what you do and your creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Because I guarantee if everybody that we're all acquainted with had just sat in their rooms, I forget, I got to get back off this mic a little bit. I got a bad habit.
Thanks, Steve.
Where was I going? Oh, if every one of us that we're acquainted with just sat back in our rooms, what we have done, you know?
Hey, grab a spoon and beer back.
Use your finger. Have y'all ever seen a moose run down the stairs?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god.
I've never seen a moose move that quickly.
I haven't either, dude, because they're blind pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, okay. So I used to watch a little bit of the hunting channel, nature channel, you know, wildlife, I guess that would be the channel. I don't even know. But I did watch an episode of them hunting moose.
What are you trying to say?
And well, I'm saying
What
that
are you trying to say,
I'm
bro?
saying that I've seen some heritage die. Some of your heritage die. But it's weird because like they get right up on them because like I said, they're blind.
They are?
Moose are blind.
Oh, well, so we got
Like
something else in common.
basically blind. Not 100% blind, but I would say like 80% blind. So they get like within feet of
They're
them.
just born that way?
Yeah, that's a genetic
Brett?
that's the genetic
Dude,
makeup
yeah.
of moose. Meese.
Have you ever seen a baby moose?
I haven't.
No, dude, do yourself a favor and look up baby mooses as soon as you get a chance. They
Oh.
look ridiculous.
Like funny.
No, I mean, they're cute, but they look like just real dumb.
So we got that in common. too.
Hell yeah, we do.
But yeah, like they'll walk up with like oars or something, like making it look like
How is it, boys?
It's
Moose
delicious.
horns.
It's about delicious.
Goes down like a milkshake, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it does. But you can definitely feel it hit the back. So that's a double. It's still like
Well, I just doubled everything, so it's just twice as big as it would normally be, just to fill the glass up a little bit more.
No, I got you. Okay, so now we all have got our drinks, and before we really get started, we're gonna start something else as well. Just a little disclaimer. We do have
Oh yeah.
a cigarillo filled with
CBD.
CBD, which is 100% legal in all 50 states of the United States of
We
America.
got the package too for
Could
those
you
of y'all watching
Put
on
it
the
up
video.
up to the camera so that they can see that this is 100% legal in all 50 states of the United States.
Print's a little small. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but
So this is
it does say right on the package.
This is a compound found within, it's one of the 131 compounds found within cannabis. And this is the compound called CBD, as we've mentioned, and it's cannabidiol or something like that.
We ain't no
It's
scientists.
it's just hard to pronounce because the I is before an O. And I've never, because I want to say Doyle, but it's Dial. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to smoke this, and it's supposed to help with anxiety, help with rest, and also relieve pain, and just overall, you know.
Am I supposed to look at video of this?
You don't have to. But
No, a video of
It's not a bad idea. I mean,
the baby moose.
Oh, that would be great. So I'm gonna spark this.
Oh, what? Somebody made.
we're giving us some music with it. Look at it.
Look at the back.
It's
It's
like
like the
somebody-
legs are too long and shit.
It's like you took a horse and like cut the middle part out and just ran the legs together.
Look at it.
Oh Lord.
Look at me. Look at my little cousin. Dude, they did put music with this. I don't know if we'll get yanked off YouTube for that. I haven't looked up the laws yet.
Educational purposes. I'm just kidding.
Well, we're talking over it too, so I think that's one of the main things. is
Yeah.
that if you talk over it.
It's a derivative work.
That's cool.
Yeah, and maybe if you also
Will
explain
you
to
ask
how
that for me, please?
Maybe-
'Cause I don't have a. I don't
maybe
have a-
also if you explain to how it relates to the podcast, it helps because we do that with some music that we've
Thanks,
played
bro.
in the past. So
Yeah.
this is just a real
Dusty,
life.
this is huge.
This is a real life adaptation.
This is huge.
It is. It's a real life adaptation of this fella right here, Moose. Moose.
Sweet. Dude, cheer.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Yeah.
boys.
Definitely.
Happy holidays.
That's right.
Are you guys so there you two fuckers are about to graduate.
Yes.
Awesome.
I hope.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
I hope. Yeah. I'm gonna knock on wood too. Approximately like 7 days. Well, yeah, almost 7 days. Tomorrow will be 7 days until we walk.
That's nuts.
From
You get to walk
MT
on your birthday.
I get to
And
walk on
speaking
my
of
birthday.
birthdays,
That's awesome.
this podcast will be out after this podcast will be out on Monday. But my birthday's tomorrow on Saturday the 8th, and Dusty got me this
man.
sweet shirt.
Yeah, I went to Wax
Wax
Face
Face.
Records. We'll go ahead and give them a
Hell
shout
yeah.
out.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
Waxface. They're
Wax
I'd say
Face.
it's your favorite record store.
Definitely my favorite
Right.
record store in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. You can get new and used records from Wax Face Records. It's located over on 748 East Northfield Boulevard.
There he is. Hey, you should got paid for that.
That was nice. He practiced
yeah.
that.
Yeah, he did.
And also, like, if you're in there looking for records and you find something, but you're like, well, I want to hear what this sound like. They are more than willing to sit there and play you the record that you were wanting to buy. So
Dope.
you
That's sick.
get to listen and make
Doesn't Andrew White work there?
He used to. I
Doesn't anymore?
think he still does, but there was a different person in there today. I hadn't seen them before. But when I went in there, they were playing a Frank Sinatra record, and it was
That's
I forget the
right.
title of the
Yeah.
record, but it was like a Old MacDonald Had a Farm rewrite, and it was just like,
Like back in the day, he rewrote the tune.
well, Frank
Rewrote
didn't write.
something.
Frank wasn't a writer, but
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Didn't know that.
He
Didn't know that either.
he just
He was
had
a
he was
showman
a
and a
voice.
half.
He was a
Yeah.
voice, yeah,
Yeah, pretty face, right?
yeah. Except for the scar that he got upon his birth. I know a lot about Frank Sinatra just
Yeah, you
because
you have his mugshot in your
in my room. Yeah,
you have a poster of it.
Shouts out to OB for that. But
What I'm saying.
yeah.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
So kind of
I'm gonna say it again. It's not. It's not.
This isn't dope.
It's not.
this is not,
Not
no.
dope.
It's not
no.
what that is.
CBD.
Like, I just feel
I say that because I'm coughing my ass off. But it's like cops are gonna have a tough time with this.
they
thing.
are gonna
They
have,
sure are.
and that's
They're
a
gonna have a tough
that's a
time.
good thing to talk about real quick, because if you look at it, if you take it out of its case or out of its packaging, it is extreme. It's
it looks
extremely
exactly
similar.
Like
I mean, it
Extremely
looks like it. It
similar.
smells like it. It's
Yep.
just.
not
It's
it.
just not. So.
But we
So-
figured
What
that
are you
you
gonna
know
do?
today would be a good time to we like to. So I've tried out Alpha Brain on the podcast. I didn't really talk about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like when I did say that I tried it, but maybe throughout, like when I had said it, that was like 3 episodes ago, that maybe people could hear the difference in maybe how well I was communicating throughout the podcast.
Yeah.
So we like to try things out, thank you, on the podcast to like,
Would it
and then
help
this is
if I
the
put
first
this right
time,
here?
yeah, this is the first time we've drank on the podcast
Oh, cheers.
think-
It's the first time we've drank
openly.
openly on the
Yeah,
podcast.
we did drink one time on one of the older
But we don't
podcasts.
get on here and get drunk. We just,
no, we're
like
just
adults, sip on a beverage.
That's
yeah.
right.
It's not a
we're
big.
just celebrating the holidays.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I guarantee about 80% of y'all are going to be sipping on some eggnog.
Yeah, dude, I got eggnog the other night, and Aubrey was like, "You ain't drinking that without whiskey in it."
She was telling you that you weren't going
She
to?
said
Yeah.
she said, "Well, at least I'm not." She said, "It ain't eggnog unless it's got a little kick in it."
There you go.
I said, she said, "Unless it's got a little nog in it." That's what she said. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
But do you call it eggnog?
Yeah,
Yes,
I call
yes,
it
dude.
eggnog. Gosh dang it. I'm sorry, folks. I should be
Jeez.
coughing off. I'll edit that in post, hopefully.
Yeah.
Sorry. By the way, are you getting any more of these hats made?
Yeah, I got to get one of these.
I bought the
Man,
last one.
He bought the
motherfucker.
last one.
Are you getting any more made? Maybe.
I will get more hats made. I can't promise it'll be just like that though.
I got the OG.
You got the OG.
Dusty, you can borrow one you want.
Okay, cool. But I like the trucker style. I don't wear them a lot.
Especially for you, for your brand.
Yes,
I like the trucker style.
It's very perfect.
I'm not good
with
on
your
this.
brand.
You want to put it out and save the rest for later? Or no? We have more.
It's
We can
whatever.
roll another one.
It's whatever you guys want to do.
We'll smoke it, Dusty. You want to smoke it? It's cool. I'm completely cool with it.
I mean, it's just.
It's kind of going fast because there's 3 of us too.
Yeah.
So I'm down.
So we have Redd Byrdd here with us, and something I've always been
back on track.
Yeah, back on track. I know we've been getting the fun and games started first, but I'm curious as to where did the name Redd Byrdd come from?
Good question. So there's a few different stories that can really go behind that. The main thing was like when I was about like 13 or 14 years old, I think. Just some girl called me Redd one time.
Really?
Just and
Your
I was
hair?
just like, wow.
Is your hair red?
It
It is red.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like not
like
It used to
Sprite.
be a lot redder than it is now.
Okay.
But yeah, and I was just like, well, that's dope. I was like, you know what? I could probably use that with something.
I could rock
And,
that.
and so like I held on to it, and then like when I came up here, I was like, all right, like I'm doing more with music, so I want to use that.
So you didn't
With
go
it.
by Redd until you got to Murfreesboro?
Yeah, pretty much not.
Wow.
Like,
Okay. That's awesome.
So did you come here introducing yourself as Redd?
At first, no. At first, it was still weird because I mean, it's weird getting like a name change.
Trust me.
definitely.
I'm sure-
Trust me.
I'm sure y'all
I
can
know.
relate. And a lot of people up here can relate to that.
I mean, I can't necessarily relate to that because I've always just gone by.
Your actual birth certificate name is Dustin.
Yeah.
Right?
So like I was.
But
On
since
day- on
birth,
day
That'd be
one.
badass if your mama put Dusty on your birth certificate, though.
Yeah, I know, I don't know why they didn't because from day one
That's what they called you.
That's what they've always called me, and I don't know.
I'm gonna move this a little closer.
Oh, can you not hear me? Hell, I thought I was too
can't.
loud.
I can't. No, I can. I can hear you, but I
Yeah?
just want. Yeah, just for my. I'm just being anal
Yeah.
about my audio.
But I've heard that from a lot of other people up here, like Stryker and
Yeah,
you know some other people. It's like a weird kind of like almost identity crisis thing because like,
Yeah.
some people still know you as your old name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really know what, and then you like introducing yourself. You want people to take you serious.
Yeah.
But at the same rate, you know that you're not calling yourself like what you've always been called.
Yeah.
And yeah, adjusting to that's weird. The best, at least for me, the best thing was just having I literally thought about this like 2 or 3 days ago. I don't know why. Best thing is just having confidence when you say it.
Yeah.
And being
Own
like
it.
proud of it when you say it to someone, and then and also depending on how you act later, like if they take a liking to you, they'll be more apt to call you what you would like to be called. Very rarely do I have a problem with anyone like still wanting to, unless they've known me for a while.
Yeah.
But hell, even my dad calls me Moose now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick. I like it. I don't know. Can you relate to this? Like, I don't know. I don't think you're this way, but maybe. But I've always wanted to have like a character of some sort. Maybe that's part of me being very I could say insecure at sometimes in my life, and I always wanted to like almost like it came from wanting to hide behind something. But then as I became Moose, actually when I started calling myself Moose, that was right around the time I started to actually learn stuff about myself, and I was like looking in the mirror like, you just learned that about yourself. This is how you are as a person, and you always thought that you were this way. Like, and I actually started to learn about myself, so it kind of helped at the same time.
It's kind of a therapeutic thing, really.
Kind of,
'Cause
yeah.
it's like you can be who you really want to be, you know?
Yeah.
Rather than who
It helps.
you've
It's
been
like
labeled as. You know?
Right.
Okay.
And-
I like that take on it.
And you coming from a small town, like Fayetteville, I mean, I'm sure it would have been a lot harder to make that transition when you were back there.
Yeah, it would have been weird. They'd been like, man, you're stupid. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not
But
going to
now
call
you
you
get to come-
that.
Yeah,
You get
and
to
it's
come home and
crazy.
call yourself.
And it's crazy the difference from like, because I know almost everybody from like who comes from a small town, like they have that feeling that like they've just got this status quo that they have to like keep up with, or they can't. There's some lines that they can't cross.
Yeah, you got to be like everybody else.
Well,
Yeah, you got to be like everybody else.
Pull this up.
Up.
This up. Yep. Just so
Cool.
the silver part is more in line with your mouth, but you turning and stuff is fine. Now just put this part up. This part. Yeah, no, these things are... Dude, I got a steal on these, so I can't complain about how, like, crickety they are
Build
sometimes.
quality.
Yeah.
I'm having issues.
Sorry, Dusty.
Don't.
It sounds really cool. Some really cool ambient music, like tones coming from that.
Make a beat with it.
Let me
Sample
just-
that.
Readjust real quick. Right here. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Just like... Yeah.
But like, for me, even though I didn't take on a name change, like when I came to Murfreesboro, I was just able to, I feel like, become who I really was. Just because,
It's like a new sandbox.
and
you get to
nobody,
play
yeah,
in.
nobody here knows who you are when you first get here.
Yep.
And so it just kind of gives you the opportunity to start from a fresh perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you what, that saved me. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Because without
Think
that,
so?
oh, dude, I would hate to know where I would be if I wasn't able to look at life the way I look at it now.
As far as like how you're able to express yourself comfortably now.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it just comes from a standpoint because I didn't know how to express myself when I was back there. I was just kind of, all right, this is what
And then you're
everybody's
always
doing, so-
worried, like you know who likes you and who doesn't, so you're like trying to make sure that those people still like you, like especially growing up. Like
Yeah,
it's just like a
Thanks.
yeah.
And you don't care about who doesn't like you. It's
Well, I would feel here you're saying
no.
because my thing is like you care. It seems like you would care more. At least I did more about the people that you already know and have built relationships with and what they think about you. So like making that change, like for us making a name change, is like weird because we're worried about what the people that have always accepted us are gonna think.
Yeah, because back home, everybody I knew for over 5-6 years. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody here, you know, the longest I've known anybody up here would be 2 years at max, because that's
Yeah.
the only time I've been up here.
You've only been here for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yo, I feel like I know
Ain't
you
that
for
hell?
a long- Damn.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like,
His
oh
country
wait.
ass. Do you hear him? Ain't that hell? Dude, that's some shit. I love that. That's nice.
Yeah, I thought when he said he got his associates at a community college, I'm like, wait, you haven't been here this whole 4 years?
I'm a,
Yeah, I really thought
August
you've at least been here
2016.
for 3 years.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
It is.
Me and Dusty came here at the same time. We've talked about that
Yeah.
before, but I guess my point in that was when you're here in some place that you don't feel as you do care about what people think about you, but you have less of a pulse on it, I think.
Yeah.
Because you don't know anyone. So however you express yourself to whoever is there, like whoever's in front of you now in this new place, that's how they're going to take you. So if you want to do something new, like call yourself Redd or call yourself Moose, it's not as weird because those people have no idea who you are.
Yeah.
So when you say that,
And we're coming into a very heavy music environment.
and just
Oh,
creative
yeah.
in general.
And creative in
There's
general.
a lot of creative people.
So that's already super accepted, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, and it's not as weird. There's producers around here, and now it's also a thing too. Like, I mean, I'll admit, like I got it, like wanting a name from like Dr. Dre, and that was my first example.
Yeah.
Or, like Mike Will made it. I love just having like his name's Mike Will, but he made it at the end of it, and it's just
Yeah.
like that's it. It's a different person than just Mike Will.
yeah.
You know, like having I call it a character, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good
and
way
to,
to look
and
at
to
it.
and to answer your question that you asked earlier when you said you're not sure if I've like ever wanted like a character.
yeah,
I've never wanted a character per se, but like I've wanted to act, like do acting
Okay.
work, and I think that's essentially the same thing.
yeah. You wanted a part to play that was like something that you could do that wasn't.
Just something totally different than
Yep,
who I am.
Yep. Yep.
Just to
try it out.
experience that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%. Does anybody want to talk about how they feel off that? I
I
mean, I haven't downed maybe half my drink, so I'm not really buzzing yet. But that
any more of that?
I'm good,
It's
man.
pretty much stinger.
Yeah.
What that?
I just feel relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just feel very relaxed. Feeling in a great mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
I feel like honestly, I feel
It's
like
worth it. It's
I
worth
feel like
doing it
it's
on the podcast.
influenced our conversation a little bit as well.
Possibly. Yeah. Very, very possible.
Just because I don't know, I feel like we're talking about very in depth like
Yeah.
just how we
haven't went
it's
too
very
far
inner-
in the timeline yet.
It's very inner
as far as-
self. It's our conversation's very much inner self.
Yeah.
But the next question I had for you is a girl called you Redd.
Yep.
When did you throw the bird at the end of it?
So,
And why the 2 D's on both?
okay. Well, the 2 D's, that's a really simple answer, is that was inspired by Snoop Dogg.
Oh,
okay.
swag.
Like, and that's really old too. Like when I decided I wanted to be Redd back in high school or whatever, like that's what I was going to use for music. I was
had
like,
the
well,
2
I'm
Ds.
definitely going to do, R-E-double-D,
Yeah.
D-O-double-G,
Oh, okay. I like
You know
that.
what I'm
That's
saying?
fucking cool.
But I picked Bird up because I put out a couple songs as just Redd, and then I realized that there's a whole lot of
Really?
there's
Well, shit
there's a
ton of
whole lot of
Redds.
Redds out there, and I was like, well, this is really confusing, like for people trying to find my music.
Right.
So I was like, and I'd already called myself Redd Byrdd on one of my songs, and I was like, well, I'll just use that because that sounds dope.
Yeah.
My uncle's CB handle was Redd Byrdd.
Okay.
Really?
Back in the day.
All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's cool. So you pulled the influences from a
Yeah.
few different
Yeah,
spots.
and I mean, both my parents is redheaded, so they got called
Right.
Redd when they was young too. So
So
what do
it's
they
just-
think of
it's
it?
a family name, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they
That's
think
awesome.
of you just owning it?
No, they love it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Your
they
parents
just,
are super supportive.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
parents.
tickled to see me doing something. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I think that helps more than almost anything
Oh.
in a musician's careers.
Speaking of your parents, and I didn't come through on this, and your dad asked me to. I'm gonna say it in public. Did you how'd the class go?
Dude. All right.
Because you never called me. I
I'm
told
gonna-
you.
Y'all are gonna have to
in
feel-
my defense. In my defense.
Well,
I got
I got
you
another
never called
teacher.
me.
I got another teacher, a different professor this semester.
Y'all
so
gonna have to
it's
fill
gone.
me in.
It's gone a lot better.
Audio signals and systems. Essentially, it's the physics of sound.
That's exactly what it is. Physics.
Oh my god!
and it's
Did you
tough.
know the
Remember
next year?
That's why I switched out of the audio program.
Physics is
100%.
going to be a prerequisite for that class.
It should be.
And it I'm sure it should be because it's hard as hell.
Yeah.
But I had Philip
Smith? Dude,
Yeah.
Philip's a G.
He's the shit. Yep.
Yeah, he is.
So
He's smart. That dude's smart. He knows his shit.
I'm gonna make it with a C. It's gonna.
You're
be,
gonna make it though.
Yeah. We
Okay.
got because all I got left. I know I made 100 on the last project, so we're straight.
Good.
Confident in that shit.
Good. I remember talking to him before
Yeah.
he decided that he was gonna do that. Yeah, dude, that was tough. I had such a stickler of a professor that we would walk in for like having our home. You know, there's a bunch of math, so we'd have
yeah.
like 7 loose leaf pages, and like our homework assignment and we had to show our work on all the other pages, right? And we'd come in and we were like about to turn ours in. Like 1 or 2 people would be like, "Hey, do you have a stapler?" And he was like, "I'm not accepting it
No.
without a staple, and I don't have a stapler." Like, can we use a paper
Dude,
clip?
when we took the final,
Can we use a paper clip? No.
we probably had the same guy. And when we took the final in that class, the girl that was sitting next to me,
It starts with a C.
I don't think she
Forget his name.
ever started on the test. We sat there for like an hour, and she didn't have
Oh.
nothing on the front page. Like,
My god,
Dude,
and and she just got up and like turned it in. Oh, she didn't pass. Ain't no way she passed that class. I don't think none of us did.
Damn.
that's crazy. And is that teacher still there?
His name, what's his name?
I had Dillinger.
Crabtree is who I
No,
had.
I had Dillinger. He was
Okay.
he sure knew a lot about it, but
Yeah, just not
know.
didn't vibe.
Sometimes those people that know a lot about it, or maybe even too much about it, don't necessarily know how to teach it.
no.
I mean, even if you just know it well enough, like some people just don't like. I can't say that I would be a very good mixing teacher whatsoever, but I can mix.
right.
I can mix like crazy, but to teach somebody, like, it's hard.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Well, that's like-
especially, and you got to think, like, them learning it. You know how long, like, especially older professors, like, they've known that stuff forever.
Yes.
40 years,
Also,
yeah.
So they
also-
forget how they learned it.
yeah.
Also, when you assume the role of a professor or an adjunct or whatever, you are required a minimum of so much research. So you have to as a ongoing professor, instructor, you have to dig even deeper into that.
Because there's new development.
Yeah, new development. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which
Yeah.
is why a lot of them at MTSU go on to like writing, either textbooks or like Amy Macy or Mike
Yeah.
Alleen, or go on to writing. One of the
Did Amy write in a book?
Amy wrote a book, yeah.
She sure did.
That's dope.
And so did Mike Alleen. Mike Alleen
He contributed to
he's
the-
written several books.
Dude, you know how mad I was that I knew he contributed to the book that we
Marvin
were buying?
Gaye?
He was
No,
in
but
on the Marvin Gaye case.
Yeah, he was one of the
Yeah.
musicologists.
We were in right when it started. I had him for class.
He loved talking about it.
and
too.
he was
yeah.
he was very much for the Marvin Gaye estate.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean, I
Clout
don't
chasing.
know.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with him. I really don't disagree with him.
I mean, wasn't it? I don't remember because it's been so long ago since I looked that up. But maybe I should just look it up. Whatever happened with that?
oh, they had to pay $7.5 million
of money.
apiece, but they lost the case. Robin Thicke
Thicke.
and Pharrell, they lost the case. But you know, someone
Dude,
else.
I can't even.
Someone else who is attached to that, on the not on the estate side, someone else who is attached to that, and the label, they didn't have to do anything. They got no penalties. It was just Robin Thicke and Pharrell.
I honestly, I think they would have been okay.
$5.3 million.
A piece.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Ruled in favor of the Gay family, upholding a lower court's $5.3 million verdict and pushing back against the notion that its decision was carving out new ground in U.S. copyright law.
Huh.
So it's just from. I don't know who had to pay the money. But
Well, it was split between Robin Thicke and Pharrell.
why is my ad blocker not on? Come on with this,
You always got to download
bruh. I have it on.
the extension for ad blocker. It's for free or however much you want to
Yeah,
pay.
you have to use Google Chrome. For anybody that wants to know that,
Google Chrome.
you have
is
to
the
use
place
Google
go.
Chrome and then download the app AdBlock, and it asks for donations, but you don't have to.
Nah.
You don't have to. Maybe if you feeling cheery, maybe if I have a few of these mudslides, I might give them 99 cents.
Maybe. You might.
Yeah, not.
No. What I'm saying. It costs more than that to make the mudslide.
That's right. Hey, what else do we have on here? Why are these not?
The ones on the top aren't working. I think you're missing those samples. I don't
Dang
know.
it, those were Austin's.
Money.
Damn.
too. Dang it.
I'll give that.
No, I didn't save it.
Oh,
I didn't save that project.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
So, we figured out where the name Redd Byrdd come from. So, when did the music first get involved, and how did that all enter into your life, and at what age, and just all
Yeah.
about that?
Well, I have to take you back to Fayetteville, Tennessee. Back in time.
We need to get a
Time warp.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here we are. I'm 13 years old. It's my birthday. I got a banjo for my 13th birthday.
So it was a banjo first.
that was the
No
very
kidding.
first thing.
That's
and,
awesome.
I played around with it, and then I just kind of realized that to play like rock music, I was gonna have to have a guitar. So I got a guitar.
So you wanted to play rock music?
Yeah.
obviously.
So did
Well, I mean,
you
I
learn-
love country, but I love, I wanted to play rock.
Did you learn the banjo at all before you?
Not well.
You
Not
just
well.
got
I mean,
inspired with it?
Yeah.
How long did you fiddle around with it?
Maybe 6 months
he
before I
ba-
got the guitar.
He banjoed around with
I
it.
banjoed around for maybe 6 months, and then I got the guitar, and it was pretty much over with then.
And what was your first guitar?
It was a Fender Starcaster, which is like cheaper than a Squire.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't
it's like a black fake Strat, and it had a humbucker in the bridge, and a
Starcaster?
Starcaster, not a Stratocaster.
Right.
Close.
Sounds like
But I played on that a lot for a really long time, and but at the same time, I was discovering rap music.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old?
13 or 14.
13,
Riding
yeah.
the bus, sharing headphones.
bro.
with
wasn't
the
that
homie.
shit?
Yeah,
I love
And
that.
that
And
was
then you got
like-
like some new track. Did you guys have the MP3 players at this time or CDs?
dude, he had the
The
my buddy had an MP3 player.
had to be the MP3s,
So he
yeah.
would come to school and be like, "Yo, I download some new stuff."
Yo, dude, yeah.
Dude, so hype. I remember when I used to download new stuff. I used to
Dude,
say, so
first-
ready to get on the bus.
I
and
can
play
tell
my
you
stuff.
the first time, the moment it was Lil Wayne's "No Ceilings."
No.
Hey!
I love
He
it.
That
said-
was, dude. That was hype.
I
when
said,
that
man,
came
what
out.
are you listening to, man? And he gave me it, and it was Lil Wayne, and he was doing "Watch My Shoes."
Yep.
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 And I was like, damn.
Like this
I was
is
like,
dope.
You know, I
And
was
how
like,
the hell did you get that?
yeah, and it like it just hit me, you know.
Yeah.
It hit me. It was like,
Very
this
inspired.
is heavy, man. This is tight as shit.
Yeah.
And
So did you like the wordplay? Did you like the instrumentation?
everything about it, man. I
Is the
never heard
energy-
nothing like that.
That vibe.
I never heard
So
nothing like that,
before
but
that,
rock
you never
music-
heard. You never heard rap.
I mean, I'd heard rap, like,
But not
Yeah.
Lil Wayne.
but not that. You,
You
know?
didn't listen to something.
I saw
Okay.
Eminem on MTV, you know, and I'd heard like Kid Rock, but I
So-
didn't know that was
So
that.
your first introduction to like, dare I say, like more gangster rap. It's not gangster rap necessarily, but
Well,
he's a
yeah.
lot more hood than like
Yeah.
Eminem or Kid Rock.
Right.
So that was the first time that you ever heard anything that was like of that type of genre.
Yo.
Okay. Okay. That's funny because my first introduction that I can remember to rap music that I stuck with me was Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Go DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
That was
yeah.
my shit.
So if you were to pick your biggest influences out of country, rock and roll, and rap,
The one of each.
one of each.
I appreciate you separating them like that.
Yeah, I mean, because I know I've got like a weird.
Yeah, twinge.
Yeah, I got a twinge. I know that your music is very much, and you get this off the rip after listening to a Redd Byrdd song. It's very much derived from rock and roll, rap, and outlaw country. Not just
100%.
country, but outlaw country.
Yeah.
Because there's some badassery to it.
There you go.
Like that.
So if you were to be able to pick out an influence from each of those genres, I would.
yeah.
Let me guess.
Guess them. Oh God, yeah.
this
let
is
me-
guess
fun.
them.
This is fun.
Oh, let me guess your. This is gonna be hard. Okay, so for outlaw country, I would probably guess. Waylon.
Mm.
Is that
Yeah, you're right on that.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rock. I kind of don't have any clue, but
We'll,
if I
we'll
were
accept
to
a few
guess-
answers for that.
Okay.
Putting him to the test, aren't you?
Jeez Louise, man, I don't.
Well, there's guess one wrong.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with their work. I'm sorry.
I can get you their discography.
Oh, sweet.
I want to say Led Zeppelin for some reason, but I don't feel like that's you.
No, not top
Oh,
three.
oh, oh,
I love
oh,
them, but not top
Stevie
three.
Ray Vaughan.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Huh.
All right, go ahead with the
Go.
rock
Yeah.
one.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Who would you-
favorite rock band? Definitely Leonard Skinner.
Oh my gosh. that was gonna-
Absolutely.
Went right over your head, bruh.
Yeah.
Rolling
man.
Stones is a close number 2.
Okay. I for some reason I just felt like you might have been a Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of guy.
Stones is a group
Surprisingly,
I've
yeah.
been in and out on for
Yeah.
a long time. Like I've never really like sat down and really studied all their
Dude,
stuff.
Listen
It's
to
just like I get on kicks with different stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to their Sticky Fingers album
Okay, I'm gonna add it to my Apple Music right now.
and their live album, Ladies and Gentlemen, the Rolling Stones. If you listen to those 2 albums and you still don't, you're not.
I mean,
sold on it,
I like them.
then
It's,
it's like,
just not
all
a
right.
band I reach for. But maybe
You don't-
since
It's like,
maybe,
you don't fuck with them. That's all right. But like
Yeah.
that's their peak, if you ask me.
Yeah.
With their
Exile on
look and
Exile
the
on Main
way-
Street's incredible, but it's too damn long. Hot take.
as an album.
Yeah, well, it was a double album, but that was back in the day when
Okay.
people would actually sit down and listen to a whole ass album.
Hold on. So tell me the what are they
Sticky
again?
Fingers.
Sticky Fingers.
Is that
Rolling
old?
Stones.
Old?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, 72, 73.
Okay, here's deluxe and super deluxe. Let's get to that
Oh,
one.
might as
I
well,
love having Apple Music,
dude. I just got it about 2 weeks ago. It's a shit.
isn't it? And
Yeah.
it connects to your computer and shit.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, you just got Apple Music?
And then the other one,
Please tell the people. I'm.
you like it better than Spotify?
Absolutely. If you have an iPhone, get Apple Music.
Yes,
It's
it just makes more
it's
sense.
Pretty simple, yeah.
Yeah.
If you got an Android, I don't know, you're on your own.
But see, I just love it. I love condoning Apple Music because I know it's the best. And someone last night told me, they were like, oh, you can check it out on Spotify. I was like, or they asked me, oh, what's your Spotify or rap or whatever they say to what's your most played stuff and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, man, I use Apple Music.
Dude, yeah.
He's like, oh, you're in the REM program and you use Apple Music? I'm like,
I mean, it's like having
I'm
iTunes.
smart and I
You
use Apple
download
Music.
all the songs you want.
iTunes has been around forever.
yeah.
And it's like,
But
goes
I
up
will
to-
tell you this, and I say this to you all the time.
Are you going to say something about playlists?
I like the
Two
playlist
things.
on Spotify.
I love the playlist. Two things that really piss me off is that I will hit create station from a song, and it will play me the same shit.
On
I don't know
what?
why. Like I'll play any song. It can be any song. So like when I go to my day job, I'll hit create station on a song that I like, right? And it'll play me like the same song next. Or it'll play me a song next, and then later I'll go back to that same song and hit create station. Like after, like I turn my Apple Music off.
Are you saying
go to
it's the
lunch or
same
whatever.
Oh, it gives you
station?
the same
And then
playlist.
it gives me the same playlist for the same station, which doesn't make sense. It's like it's already so damn preset.
Yeah.
And
Well-
like if I go to create a station from his music, it won't let me because
Good luck, because
he
there's
doesn't
none of the
have.
statistics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I don't know.
My best explanation for that is, okay, see, so Spotify...
It's all algorithmic.
Well, Spotify has a lot of those algorithms really down pat because Spotify started back in 2008 and Apple Music didn't come around until
14, 13.
2016.
Damn.
It may have it might have been 14, but I'm almost positive it's 16.
That's over my head. I still make mix CDs.
In 14, he was still making mixes.
But
Yo.
what I'm saying is Spotify has put in a lot more research into music streaming than Apple Music has. Give Apple Music compare
Just
Apple
give 'em the
Music
time.
if you compare Apple Music to Spotify where they were after 6 years or 8 years, because it was like 8 years later until Apple Music came out. If you give Apple Music an 8 years existence, they are going to just blow
shit.
Spotify out of
And
the...
this is the other thing about Apple Music that I completely love. Oh, the thing that I don't like, second thing, I have to say this. Whenever I hit shuffle playlist, not always, I can't say when, but sometimes I'll hit shuffle playlist on like my recently played. I do that a lot. So I have like 500 songs I recently played. I'll hit shuffle playlist. It will play me the same songs in the same order that I've played
that
it
you
before.
listen to 'em?
That I played it before.
That's annoying.
Because I do
But
that
see,
often. I shuffle
Yeah.
playlist recently added often.
And we've had this conversation before. It doesn't do that on mine. So I'm...
And I've gotten 2 phones since then. So,
Yeah, so
and
I don't think
also it does it on the computer.
Really?
Yes, but I also have an old Mac, so that might
don't
have
know.
something to do with it. What's the other album? Rolling Stones album? The live
Ladies
one?
and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rolling
Rolling
Stones.
Stones. Okay, so while he's getting that album,
And
we
but
have...
the thing I do like, can I say that?
Let's hear it.
Is I can put any of the mixes that I work on for anybody on straight to iTunes,
Yeah.
and it goes straight to my phone.
Yep.
Don't have to use Google Drive, download them, nothing.
Yeah.
It downloads, it's good to go.
Spotify doesn't even have that technology. You
They
can't
sure
put your
don't.
own music into...
Facts.
You can't put your own music into Spotify. Good luck. You can go pay... You
Dusty's
can go pay a digital distributor whatever money to upload a rough mix if you want.
Yeah.
But...
That's what we want to do.
Okay, so we have Waylon Jennings.
Waylon.
We have...
Skinner.
Skinner and the Stones.
Hell yeah.
So rap, I'll let you guess rap. I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a guess.
Obviously,
I
Wayne.
think
Well, yeah, Wayne, shout
Wayne-
out for the inspiration.
Yellow Wolf.
Absolutely fucking.
That's your number one.
Yeah.
That's
right?
probably number one, but also UGK and Outkast are probably two of my
No
favorite.
shit.
Outkast.
No shit.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah,
Okay.
dude! I love Andre 3000. I love Outkast, but I
Dude.
really love Andre 3000.
Yeah, well, they were two different sides of, it took both of them to make that.
yeah, very much so, very much so. And I don't know,
I don't
dude.
think this album's on.
I'm not
Yeah, it
saying
is.
Andre 3000 is the best rapper, but
No,
I don't
he's-
think
he-
I don't
feel
think
like he's-
anybody can rap
he's
I
like
feel
him.
like
He's
he
up
shouldn't
there.
be in the same. Even though he is a rapper.
I mean, he's God
I feel like
level.
he's not. I feel like he's not put in the same category as rappers, though.
Yeah.
I would put him in the what I guess I'm kind of making this up, the artist category. You
Yeah,
know,
he was
people
more-
that are just like.
I'd put him with Kid Cudi
so-
over there. in
He's
the-
more eccentric.
Yes.
yeah.
He was more
Yes.
eccentric.
And
as
see,
a
Kid
rapper.
Cudi doesn't get even Kid Cudi doesn't get the amount of recognition that he should.
And
As
Andre-
a rapper
and-
or in general?
And I've read that.
as a
Both.
both, yeah. Because if you listen to Travis Scott sings praises on Kid Cudi,
Yeah.
and so does Kanye.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because
I've read that 3,000 that 3 Stacks loves like Young Thug.
really,
No shit.
Facts.
Because the
Because
way
it's the
that
same,
he
it's
does
the same
it.
thing.
Yeah, but
If
he's
Andre
just,
3000 was-
his words aren't the same. Like
Yeah.
his words are a little
If
dumbed down.
3000 was in his prime right now, he would probably sound a lot like Young Thug.
huh?
Huh.
I've never thought
That's a
about
way to
that.
think about it.
I think about shit like that
you
all
know,
the time.
you know what I think. you know the thing.
If Waylon Jennings was in his prime right now,
Who would he be?
maybe he would sound like me. Who knows? You know what I'm
That's-
saying?
yeah, that's true.
awesome. Yeah,
That's true. I see that. I get what you mean. The thing I don't like about that correlation is that I think Young Thug is very uneducated,
Oh, absolutely.
and I think
Yeah, I
Andre
wouldn't say
3000
they're the
I think
same
Andre
thing.
3000 is very educated.
Very educated.
But you're saying as far if you take
Just
out the words
sonically.
if you just exactly. So to people that don't know what that means, it's just the whole sound in general, the mix, everything, everything, and how you're perceiving it aside from the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
Yep.
really.
Back
But, yeah.
back to UGK.
That's
Do you listen to UGK moves?
Yeah.
Okay. Pimp C, one of my favorite
Yeah.
producers of all time.
Yeah.
Ever. If you're listening right now, go download "Riding Dirty" by UGK, and that'll just that'll tell you all.
Put
you
them
need.
on, Red.
All
Put
you
them
need-
on,
All
Red.
you need to know.
Boy.
Get some 3-6 while you at it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I kind of like this kind of rant we're going on now. So we've done like artists out of these three categories.
Yeah.
This is gonna be even
Say
harder.
it,
This
say
is gonna be an even harder
You're
question.
gonna say it, aren't you?
Songs,
I
Or
thought
albums.
producers.
producers. Okay,
Producers.
country. That's gonna be very hard to
Yeah,
know,
for
like,
country, it's
Yeah, it
gonna
would
be
be
hard.
hard for country.
and rock
But
and
in
roll.
general,
From Odie's class, I can tell you I really fuck with Billy Sherrill.
Yeah.
producer.
Shout out Odie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did a lot of George Jones work.
80s
over
Jones.
80s Jones in
Yeah.
his prime.
In his prime.
Well,
that was my
his second
my
prime.
favorite era.
His second
Yeah.
prime because he went to he. There's just a lot about old George Jones.
There's a
that
lot
y'all-
we could get into.
There's a lot of assault
This
cases.
is-
A lot of
This ain't cocaine and rhinestones though. It's
Yeah.
Zorius Big Fist.
yeah. You're right about that. But
so close.
Billy Sherrill is he could be coined to have helped George Jones bring his career back.
I would say he helped shape pop the sound of country in the 90s.
Yeah,
The whole Garth,
Oh,
like
wow.
the Garth era.
yeah,
I would say he helped mold that.
yeah.
God,
I would say you're
I can't stop thinking about
on the
his
money.
Instagram.
Garth Brooks. Oh, let's not talk about
Garth Brooks is Instagram. I don't want to talk about Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks
won't.
is a
We won't.
mess. But
It's-
we will go on.
We'll just skip
Yeah,
that
something else.
subject.
So who?
Need another drink?
I mean,
You
yeah,
want one?
yes and no.
You want one?
Yeah,
I'll pour you one.
hit me up.
Let's get it.
maybe not a double. This
We'll just
time.
do a
Yeah,
single.
just do a single.
Let's go single and then we'll take a break.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good to me.
We're getting
Um,
Red all fucked up for
all right,
the holidays.
That's all right. Merry Christmas.
Okay. So let's see. Rap producer.
Favorite rap producers?
Tay Keith. That's mine right now. I'll be honest. MTSU
Facts, bro.
represents.
Contemporary,
Facts,
contemporary, yeah, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Because he's
Dusty, do you want another single in yours?
I'm still going.
and that ain't even MTSU shit. That's just, I mean, for the sound of the genre right now.
Legitimacy, yeah.
the minimalistic shit he's on.
It's just hard.
It's just, yeah. It's just no shit stripped down, you know.
It is stripped
and I
down.
like it. I mean, I love it.
Memphis to the T.
Yeah, oh,
right,
yeah.
Especially right now.
Yeah. Tennessee.
You know what I say when
Tennessee,
you know what I
yeah.
think one of my major opinions on people doing that, like why they do the minimalist thing and why they're almost forced to be that way. Sometimes, a lot of times, including for myself at first, and then I actually 2 years after I started producing, I came up on some money working for Coca-Cola. So then I had a slew of options. But my point here is, when you don't have that many options, you don't have that many sounds,
Yeah.
you don't have that much software to make your music with, and you don't play, I don't know if he plays or not, but if you don't, that kind of forces you into that. And a lot of producers talk about this. When you have too many options, you don't get shit done. You don't make your stuff's not as good. Your stuff's not as good because you don't learn how to use what you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you have too many options.
Yeah.
And I think that might be one of the main reasons for the way Take Keith produced, because a lot of the guys that come from the hood, I just take it. I don't know him at all. I don't know his background. I've done a lot of studying on him. From who he hangs out with and who he produces for and how he's came up, I take it as he's came from that type of environment.
Yeah, and much respect for him.
Yeah.
Like getting it.
Shout out.
Dude, it makes me so hyped that he goes to school at
I'm
MTSU.
so, and that's the shit to me, because
he finished college.
Like when he was young, he probably told his mama, like, if I ever get in a position to go to college, I'm gonna go to college. And it's like, he doesn't have to be there. Fuck, he got like what, 12 platinum plaques this year?
Yes.
What the fuck does MTSU have to offer him? But it's the principle of the thing. Like,
it's what he could offer MTSU.
He wanted to get his college degree, and I respect the hell out of that.
That's awesome. That's a very good lesson to everyone in America.
Yeah, really. Anybody.
Everyone.
Just because you accomplished something that you wanted to with your degree doesn't mean you can't still get your degree. Like, it's an accomplishment in and of itself to get a degree.
Yeah.
And it just shows dedication, hard work, consistency, and I think I started with dedication, but I'm going to say it again.
It's important. You can say it twice.
So, okay. Now, well, you said Take Keith was contemporary.
Oh yeah, sure, contemporary. I say.
So
I would say to an extent, yeah. Take Keith, Murda. I like him a lot.
Okay.
Murda on the beat, so it's not nice. Pimp C.
Nice. Yeah,
as far as classic, I can't praise him enough. DJ Paul. And then rock producers. You go back to like the Muscle Shoals shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, with the horn section and stuff.
Yeah, hey, there is for those of you guys who have no idea about the whole Muscle Shoals music.
Muscle Shoals is shit. I want to go so bad.
I do too.
Have you guys been?
No.
There's a documentary on Netflix.
Cool trip to go.
Yeah.
It's not that far from here.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
No,
I think it's 4 hours.
Couple hours.
Shoot down south, man.
It's something like that. But yeah, good producer picks.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Would there be, I don't know, I would think, and this is more blues than rock, but and these guys weren't even really producers, but I think they would have been of what would have, if you were to define some of the first producers, I think this would have been them. Alan, I can't remember. They were a father and son duo who went out and did field recordings.
Oh, dude, the Lead Belly guys. Is that what you're about to talk about?
Yes, they were.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yes.
I remember that.
I
We learned about that in
love
history,
Lead
right?
Belly.
History
of American recording industry.
And I also learned even more about it in genres and styles, which is a great class to take over at MTSU if you're looking for an elective. But I don't know. It's just so cool how the government gave them this, like, the means to go out and record these people, and they got like some of Muddy Waters' earliest recordings and people, Lead Belly, and people in that ranking. But I love that stuff.
Dude, a lot of times if I'm in like a funk, like I'm not feeling inspired, it's kind of another
literally leading to my next question.
If I'm in a funk, and I'm not feeling like, if I'm overwhelmed by myself sometimes, like, because like you just said about production, like if you have too much at your disposal, you can get in. Yeah, it's like you don't know what to do with it, and sometimes like I'll just listen to like Lead Belly or like Robert Johnson.
Yeah, OG Bobby Johnson.
Yeah,
let me tell you,
Lightning Hopkins. Because and that's like that's as stripped back and basic as you can get.
It is, you know what's really cool, and I think this is why you get so much influence of them or from going back and listening to that type of music, because that is what eventually created all the genres that you are rooted in.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
dude, that humbled me. Learning that in American history of recording industry, that humbled me. Listening to some of that stuff that they from who people have talked about for years, and like you hear people talk about and whatnot, like Robert Johnson, for for instance.
Yeah.
Or the was Lead Belly Brothers? Is that what
No,
it was?
lead belly.
Just Lead Belly.
And they doing those field
And they
recordings.
took him.
But it was
They
Alan.
carried those things on
It was
their back.
It was Alan and something. Look it
Let's
up,
give it a look.
please.
And he come out of prison. I might be wrong with my history.
Are you talking about Lead Belly?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think they took him out. They might have took him out of the prison to record him. And like, I don't know.
So Lead Belly is a one guy.
I know he did time because that's where he got his name.
Look
he got
up-
shot in the gut.
So-
Look up the field recorders. I want to say Alan Lomax, but I
So Lead Belly was an artist.
Lomax, yeah, that was it. Yeah, Lead Belly's a singer.
Lomax field
House.
recording.
Let's see what he had. He had a House of the Rising Sun.
Yep.
Where did you sleep last night? Black Betty.
Yes, he did have Black Betty.
Yeah.
Alan Lomax
Yes, I can't believe I just pulled that out of my ass.
was an
Good
American.
job. Amy May should be proud
How do
of
you
that.
say this word? I need you, Dusty. I need you.
Ethnomusicologist.
Okay.
Thank you.
I wonder what that means.
Well, okay,
It's
so
something that you might not know, but Dusty
Okay,
makes fun of me
speaking-
if I can't read.
Okay, so since we're kind of going on this
This is
blues
the
influenced
best
rant,
we've ever been on.
ethnomusicologist, I would assume
We can click the.
I would
Click
assume
it.
that it's musicologists. Don't pull it up yet. Let me. I would assume that it's musicologists who are very rooted in the musicology of early African American heritage. Okay.
Close.
Is a study of music, pretty much.
Yeah.
Of the cultural and social aspects of the people who make it.
That was about to be my next point too. Is everything that's popular right now in music you can trace back to early black music.
Yes.
yes.
And I was going to
And-
make
and
the
really,
same.
really any trend in
would
music.
not have
Any-
shit if
any
it weren't for the
trend.
black man.
Yeah.
As far as music goes.
Well, that's what music. All music is. Everything that music is. Pop. All they do is they say, "What is the quote unquote black music doing right now?"
And how do
And
we
how can
commercialize
how can
it?
we
That's why there's
commercialize it?
808s in country.
That's why trap is so heavy right now in pop and even country.
But
like
in
you said.
rap. Like, rap's
Yeah.
been heavy for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rap's been the shit for like
And
20,
we-
30 years.
Yeah, and we can't forget it's only been 20, 30 years. Like this is not a old genre.
And that's what rock and roll was, and that's what blues was, and that's what country is.
Yep.
And was.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So, Alan Lomax was an American ethnomusicologist.
So who is the other one?
best known for, maybe I'll
It
tell
was
us
a
in
team.
second.
It was a team.
Best known for his numerous field recordings of folk music in the 20th century.
Folk
to give
music,
people
they call
some
it.
context.
They could have called it folk, I guess.
To give people some context,
Old
this man
folk.
would he would hold. I don't know if they have any pictures here. We'll go back to Google, but he remember they used to carry those big backpack.
yeah.
They
dude.
were heavy as shit. It wasn't like taking a couple mics and a laptop, bro. Like it was like, oh, does he have any?
I mean, I guess they pretty
is
much
this,
had to.
Is this something here? Damn it.
I guess they pretty much. I don't know. Did they have to print it to wax, or how did that?
Yeah, they had to record to wax cylinders.
Mm.
I remember that. I'm almost positive they had to. There was no digital format.
At
Zero
all.
digital format. No.
100% analog.
Alan Lomax recording.
100% backbone carrying that stuff.
I'm a
The hipsters are so excited right now.
Christ. Right here, look at these things. Damn it, that's small.
Zoom. Give us a zoom view. Yeah.
You can't. It's blurry. That's a very low quality image.
We're at about 20 pixels per square inch. But nonetheless,
that's not it.
this
But
field recording
they had to carry a lot of
equipment
gear, like hundreds of pounds of gear,
is insane.
to record this stuff. And then who
I
did
want to
it
say
with
Alan
them?
and Phil. For some reason, I've been spot on with the other two. So
Lomax field recordings. Alan.
Alan and
Looks like Alan was right.
I know Alan was right, but there was a duo. It was two. It was him and I want to say it was his son.
I'm gonna
Just type in
search
who did Alan
recorded.
Lomax? Who did Alan Lomax do field recordings with? That's gonna pull up the artists. Who helped?
I'll just put who did he record with, just to see what. I bet it's in his Wikipedia. I get hated on every once in a while for using Wikipedia. So is this a credible source or no?
I mean,
What do
bro,
you guys say? What do
I
you guys
wouldn't have
say?
passed high school or community college without Wikipedia.
Or college?
Or college. I mean, yeah,
They say don't use Wikipedia just because there's an option to edit it, but like It has to go under review.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty
What do you-
legit to me, bro.
No.
Well, most pages have to go under
Most of
review.
them, except mine.
You have one?
Hell no.
Oh, I was
We need
about
to work
say, I was
on
about
that.
to
That's
get
the next
hyped, bro.
project,
Yeah,
bro.
we need to work on that.
I'm not finding anything. I'm not gonna bore everybody with me
Yeah, let's.
sitting here doing
Okay.
this. but
Anyway, Alan Lomax, look him up.
Yeah.
It's
Look
cool.
up Lead Belly. for
Look
that
up
matter.
Lead Belly. Look up OG Bobby
y'all
Johnson.
had that
Robert
class
Johnson.
like more recent than I did, and I damn near forgot everything from that. But that class humbled me. That
The
class
history of the
Yes,
recording industry?
dude.
Yeah,
Oh my
dude.
Well,
gosh.
the fact of the matter is, all that was work song, for the most part.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Slave songs.
Pretty much.
Black Betty was a slave song.
Yeah.
And that comes from
It was
that
songs that they. It's songs that
comes
they
from the
sung
rawest,
to pass.
most
Oh.
vulnerable. I mean, you're
For
singing
sure.
that outside by yourself while no one you're working.
and
You're
not
getting
necessarily by yourself, but you're singing it with your brothers and
With
your
chains
sisters
on
who
your
are
feet.
going
Shit.
through the
Yeah.
exact same stuff
Yep.
that you were going through, and it helped them as far as their mentality make it through each day. I could not imagine what it was like to be in their shoes.
I don't mean to be like emotional here, but that's beautiful. Like,
Yeah,
the
it
fact
is.
that
Yeah,
the
it
fact
is.
that because I didn't think about it in that context, the fact that it helped them get through that situation.
It's
like I understand that.
it's the
like,
only thing that probably got them through that, and I would say they had firm beliefs in
in their faith.
their faith.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you
Absolutely.
for making
Yeah.
me say faith.
Yeah. That's really a cool thing though to think of, like, and how much music does for like
Yeah.
so many people. So that's kind of another like along the lines of that. I don't know if you maybe kind of answered this, but where do you draw inspiration from? Like not necessarily an artist, like Dusty, for instance. I don't have we talked about this on the podcast. How you got a song started from a magazine cover.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
That it's like many things. Like you could look at that poster and say, "I'm gonna write a song."
Yeah.
now. Like now, where
Green
do you-
Apple.
What
I'm
do
gonna write a
you?
song. Granny Smith.
Right. I mean, what do you? How do you think about that? How do you approach that? Whether it's making beats, whether it's writing songs,
Yeah.
whether it's setting up your live show. Like what do you think about? What do you watch? What do you listen to? What do you do to get inspired?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it comes from a lot of different places.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, you know, a year ago this time, you know, not that many people really knew who I was. So
Right.
I spent a lot of time alone in my room writing songs.
Yep.
And a
Making
lot of
beats.
it, and a lot of beats. So I mean, as far as inspiration for writing songs, I just think about things that I've experienced and things that I've seen that I would want to put in a song.
So do you have a lot of music theory knowledge?
I didn't before I came up here.
No, but you do now.
I wouldn't say a lot,
But enough to say I want to
That's
write a
pretty
sad
generous.
song.
He's had
this is how I'm gonna
musicianship for
write it.
engineers.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, musicianship. That's the only.
That's
the only training I have, really.
who'd you have?
Oh damn it! I don't
De
know.
Klerk?
Tish Simmerl.
Was it De Klerk?
It wasn't De Klerk. It
Oh,
was
dude, he
another
was the
guy. But he was the
best.
shit. But that's where I learned. I mean, all I really learned about that was from like scales and chord progressions.
Yeah.
And
Which is
okay,
a lot
so do you,
of it.
do you
And
use
Nashville
that
numbers.
stuff? Nashville
I did learn a
numbers.
little bit about Nashville numbers. I mean,
Do
I'm
you
gonna write.
use that stuff when you're going to write a song. Do you say I'm gonna write something that's sad, or do you
No.
or happy, or like you know what I mean?
I mean,
like
yeah,
if
I
you,
know what
if
you
get
mean.
if you get that, like what I'm talking about is when you get maybe something you want to write a song about, like you're saying, where you get inspired for that.
Yeah.
Now to translate that into music.
I mean, I write in minor key almost all the time, just because I'm a rapper, and it's hard for me to rap in a major key without
I get it.
sounding like.
And
Yep.
one of the only
Yep.
rap songs that I can think of off the top of my head, and it might not even be a rap song really, but it's definitely hip hop pop. And one of the biggest rap influencers is Pharrell, and that's Happy. And that's the only
I
one.
still wouldn't say anybody
I mean,
that does
Chance.
any rap.
Chance has a lot of songs in major keys.
Does he
that's
really?
that's who I was thinking of.
I
That's
mean,
who I
like,
was thinking of
I
as
don't-
far as major key.
Some of Yachty's shit's in major
His older
key.
stuff, bro. Think
Cigarettes on cigarettes.
Yeah,
I
what
mean, yeah,
album is that?
acid,
Acid
rap,
Rap.
acid rap,
yeah.
and even coloring book. They had a lot of shit in major key, but it's hard for me.
He's more of a
He's
song.
He's a
not
way
like a
different artist,
rapper.
though. Nah, well, he
I mean, I
is
would
a rapper,
still say,
but
I mean,
he's-
it is in his name,
Right.
but
I still don't consider. I still don't consider him.
he's
a
kind
rapper,
of transcended that. He's more. I think of like soul and R&B when I think about him.
definitely,
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah,
But I fuck with his stuff a lot.
that's
Um,
good.
something I want to ask is, do you have any other type of creative?
I love
Expression.
I love drawing. I don't.
Okay.
Do you
I
really?
don't- Yeah, dude.
He drew non.
You drew.
I drew the non-traditional
Yeah.
cover.
Did he draw the beginning of the logo?
I'm not sure
did
where
you-
that
I gave him a very rough like,
Version of that. I thought I remembered
yeah,
you doing
it
that.
looked
yeah.
more like Woody Woodpecker, or like the thrush mufflers thing. But like he hammered it out into something more like what I wanted.
Yeah.
But I like drawing and I
he
mean,
drew the non-traditional cover art
I
and
did
put it
do
in a
that.
picture frame and took a
and took a picture of it on my granny's wall.
and that
dope.
is the non-traditional.
I used the Snapchat camera.
Are you serious?
Damn.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
He said, "Let me get that 8-bit."
I was like, yo, I ain't worried about the resolution.
Hey,
Ain't nobody gonna listen to
Bro,
some bitch.
Snapchat is the worst resolution.
Yeah.
Man. It really is.
Okay, so before we take a break and get back at it and dive
I'm gonna
deeper
turn the thing
into
on.
your music, I do want to. I know Odie was asking you, Odie Blackman, who's a hit songwriter for those of you who don't know. He was asking you, yeah, and a professor. He asked you in our George Jones class, like what type of music you make, and you said outlaw, hip hop, and roll as
Yeah.
it's been coined. Where was that coined?
You coined that, Dusty.
So no,
And that's what I tell everybody else. when
and
I
that's
say
what
that.
I
Oh
was.
shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because I remember when I was like, "Yo, he just came out with an album, and I really want to listen to it, and I also want to go the next step and like review it for him."
That was a shit.
And
You were hype about that.
I was really hype
I remember
about
him
that 'cause
coming
that's-
home and being
You
like,
wasn't
"Yo,"
as hype as I was.
I've been like,
I was like, damn, somebody listen to it.
hitting that button on submit.
but I had just, and part of the reason I wanted to do that is because I was just creating my own website and I wanted to help put content on it for myself, but also I really liked what you had going on, and I didn't really know how much I liked what you had going on until you gave me that free copy of Non-Traditional.
Before it came out.
No, it wasn't before it came out. I think it was after.
It was like right
After.
as it was coming out.
Because
yeah.
you had posted like first so and so many people to hit me up, get this
Yeah.
for free,
Yeah.
and I was like, bam, can I review this?
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah. So I spent a little while. I spent a couple days listening to it from beginning to end before I like wrote the first word. And when you told Odie,
dang
when you said that's what it's been coined, I was like, you know what? I remember writing that.
Hell
in,
yeah.
in the review.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Outlaw, hip hop, and roll. So if you're into any of those thirds of that description, then I definitely think you're gonna like some Redd Byrdd.
Absolutely. You were hyped, dude. I remember. You were like, "Hey, I'm reviewing an album." I was like, "Excuse me?"
And I thought it was so cool that you made physical copies.
Yeah, dude.
A lot of people don't.
It was
a lot of people do not do that, man.
I mean, it was one of those things. Like I knew I wanted to have that, but I didn't have the money to have somebody print
And
them.
didn't you? Yeah, you
I
drew.
did them They were hand
drew
done.
every
Yeah,
one
dude.
of them.
I burned them on my homie's
you
laptop.
really?
Yeah, burned them on my homeboy's laptop, and then printed the covers off on the school printer, and then I drew the labels. Like I had bought blank white labels to go on the disc, and I drew every one of them with a Sharpie, so every one of them was different.
Nice.
And there's probably, hell, I would say 30, 40, 50 maybe, out there.
of the physicals.
Yeah,
I still got
they're all
my
different.
physical. I ain't never gonna.
Here it is, right
I
here
ain't
for
never-
everyone that wants to see it.
Hell
I ain't never parting with that.
Dude, I'm having trouble with this. I'm getting used to this screen recording thing, and I was checking to make sure it was still recording, and I guess that button stopped it. But I got it.
Fix it in post, bro.
Yeah, the video's a little more hard to fix in post.
We'll figure it out.
But yeah, here it is for anybody that wants to see it. So we're gonna play. Actually,
Let's
this
just
is what
play.
we're gonna play.
But the
We're
new
gonna play
one.
Ghost Town first.
Hell
Yes.
Let's play Ghost
Okay,
Town first. The new
and
single.
Give
I
a
might
little
get that
intro.
prepped up.
Give a little
Yeah.
intro to Ghost Town. Who's in it?
It's been a long time coming. We wrote this We wrote this probably about a year ago. I would love to see the day we wrote it, but it's been about a year. We've been playing it out a whole lot. But I wrote this with Nick Vandy Walker, also known as Vandal. And we've played it. We've played it for probably close to a year out, and it took me a really long time to mix it because we recorded it originally about a week or two after we wrote it. And it just took a really long
Really?
Yeah, it took a really long time to hone in and try to. I wanted to capture like the energy that we had when we played it live, but it was really hard to do.
Yeah, because I remember the first time you guys brought that into Amp Rights,
Yeah,
and I was like,
I do too.
heck yeah, man.
And I remember Daniel Nunnally said that we should put chains in it. And so if you listen really close in the first verse, there is chains and there is percussion.
No kidding.
Yeah. So, but anyways.
Is that one of the Amp Rights critiques?
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out Amp Entertainment. Shout out Amp Rights.
That's awesome.
But,
It's really cool.
it's
And
just
because I'm also a little more honest right now because I've had a couple drinks. I'm just
Sure.
also gonna say I think it's a really cool thing. I don't want to ever fail to mention what Dusty did. He made Amp Rights.
Yeah, dude,
and
for
that
sure.
thing has taken off. It's taken off. It's one of the
Yeah.
biggest components of Amp right now.
Yeah.
And you should be proud of yourself. You should definitely.
I'm
have
proud.
to say
I am
that,
proud
bro.
of the
I have
writers.
to.
I am proud of the writers, because without the writers that consistently attend those things, there is no Amp Rights. So
Well, there's not many places for him to do that.
there's not many places for them to
Yeah.
do that,
That's a killer idea.
and they gotta
Ready, boys?
Sure, yeah.
Goes down.
bo show.
Gotta keep my mysteries at bay, but that shit don't come cheap. Don't wanna let my addictions at me, but she gives me all I need. She told me to change, but she knows I can't. I'm a candle in the wind. So I beg and plead, singing, baby, please, but she's gone and she's never coming back again. She said you're too close to the devil, one hand in the fire. You won't be remembered as a prisoner of your desire. She said you're too damn lost in your selfish thoughts. Boy, you better work it out. The next thing you know, you'll be on your own, riding down that lonely road to a ghost town. To a ghost town.
She was a queen, I was a fiend. Met her back when I was 17. Hit the block with her up in the passenger seat, and you couldn't tell me a thing, cause I knew it all, and we had a ball. Anytime we got together, it's on. But I wanted more, you know how it goes. I take a good thing and I make it all wrong. Come in drunk as hell, try to hide it, she can tell. Pennies in the wishing well, wishing this was just a spell. But I'm addicted to the lifestyle and all it brings. Stage lights and long nights and tall drinks and smoke rings. And I knew some folks that told me, Redd, you got to slow down. But I gotta feed my demons and feasting at every show now. Cause I get so high when I'm on that stage that I come back down and I crash in flames. It's a ghost down in my heart and it's straight poison in my veins. And every time I close my eyes, every time I close my eyes, she's still right here. But I look around, she's nowhere inside, and she left me